Thomas Haase from Mantis Kung Fu USA, and now today we're going to talk about other areas of study and when practicing Kung Fu. As you practice Kung Fu, you come to a point where you realize you need to study other areas to kind of complete the training in Kung Fu, which would include health. So one of the things, health and medicine. So one of the things some people do, some don't, is they start delving into and researching Chinese acupuncture, Chinese five-element theory, and just the whole concept of Chinese herbs and their medicinal field as a whole. Just because that way you can get a sense of how the Chinese medical field plays into your Kung Fu and in the history of Kung Fu and how it affected centuries ago with people that trained. For me, I started studying acupuncture. I went to a school just to train as an acupuncturist. So at first you learn five-element theory, wood, fire, earth, metal, water, and how that interacts with everything you do. The five elements, the five sounds, the five tones, five tastes, all these different aspects you start to realize come together to make a whole, to make a more harmonious system. And all that plays into your Kung Fu training because it's all very integral to it through its history, but also the more you study that and other nutritional aspects, the more you realize how much it helps increase your training and to get more benefit out of your training, and how it will benefit you for years down the road. Because if you start developing a habit of doing good nutrition, researching medicine, not necessarily become a doctor, but just researching it to get a good understanding of its position and how it plays into Kung Fu, your art expands exponentially because you start to realize it's more than just kick, block, punch. Some people, that's all they want. They just want to kick, block, punch, and they want to fight. That's their choice. But for those that want to delve further into it and take it further down the road and become more of a whole practitioner, these other aspects of health and medicine have to be taken into consideration because Kung Fu wasn't developed as a martial art. It started as a health training and a health practice. The martial arts developed out of that. Health was first. Fighting was second. Chinese theory is you learn Kung Fu. You learn to heal. The movements are for self-defense, but you learn to heal. Why? Longevity. You're looking to promote longevity in your body and your mind so that you live a longer and fuller life. It's not just about fighting and then retiring at 30 because your body is totally abused. Kung Fu is about longevity. Taking yourself well into your 80s, 90s, and 100 and still active because of how you've set yourself up over the years. And so training has to include that. And recently, as I was in China, we studied at the Shaolin Temple. And while there, we sat and had a private meeting with the abbot of the Shaolin Temple. While there, he gave us a book about the Shaolin system and its monks. And so it shows that through years of training, you will develop a long life. And your mental capacities, because of that, will also extend because you've taught yourself that the mind can do so much more than it's led to believe. It's like training promotes the sense of extension. And so you have to be willing to just delve into the serious areas of health, acupuncture, herbs, five elements, and help it bring you to a more centered life. One that's not extreme, just fighting or just sitting and meditating. You want to balance, which is what Kung Fu does. Brings you to a balance point. And so it's another aspect of your training that needs to be seriously delved into. Again, you don't need to be a doctor. Some people choose that path. That's okay. Most don't. That's okay. But looking into it helps you understand the art better from another perspective. So keep training and research into medical areas of Chinese medicine and nutrition for your longevity and for your mind's clarity. Thank you.